I am all done with trade school. Oh my God. I'm one step closer to becoming an actual electrician, and I passed with flying colors. But you want to know who failed insanely hard and are digging themselves just a deeper hole in the ground? Sony San Diego Studios. They are botching MLB The Show as we speak. We'll go over that. The Pirates shaky week. Betting is the new opioid epidemic. A little bit of UFC. People keep asking me. And rip to the juice. He's finally loose. All right, everybody. This is episode 98 of Hoagies and Pierogis.
Live from Delaware, it's Hoagies and Pierogis! With your hosts, Ian DiCarlo.
We're getting a little double down.
Chocolate Rain. And RJ Hammond.
I just want some more hot tea in my life.
Let's just say he was a good lover.
Okay, like I said, let's start out by boycotting MLB The Show 24. What is this horse shit? EA, here's your chance to swoop in and change your perception with College Football 25. This is so fucking bad. MLB The Show, Sony San Diego Studios, the people that make MLB The Show, have so many packs. They are putting out so many packs that cost like 30,000 to 40,000 stubs. Which is a lot. That's a lot of fucking stubs. That's to pay for that much. Just consider it this way. I'm pretty sure it's 67,500 stubs is $50 in real life. That's how many stubs you can buy for $50. It might even be less than that now. I'm not sure. It might be only 60,000. It's changed so much over the past couple years. But yeah, what is this bullshit? It is so bad. Flipping cards on the market should not be a part of the game. And people are just like, well, you can just flip cards. Just flip cards. I've never flipped cards, and I have never had such a problem like saving up stubs. There's no good way to get them. Flipping cards, like I said, should not be a part of the game. No one that has a job has time for that. That's insane. And this year with the live series cards, the diamonds are in these vault packs too. The ones that cost like 30 or 40,000 stubs. It has completely crashed the market, making it so damn hard to make any money off of flipping cards in the first place. And they're also putting the World Series rewards in the packs after the season's over. So grinding for that card means nothing if you just have money and patience. It makes me so fucking mad. This is an absolute pay-to-win model that they're trying to peddle this year. Last year was bad enough, but this is a whole new level of scum. Stop releasing cards that are exclusive to these fucking packs, SDS. Nobody wants to do this bullshit. I uninstalled the game. I've bought the game since 2016 when I first got a PS4. And until this bullshit changes, I'm not buying a single goddamn thing. It's ridiculous. That is so much money to be spending on these stupid cards that now with the seasons, we can't even use halfway into the year. And we have to wait all the way till the fucking end. What is this bullshit? It's awful. It's awful. SDS, go fuck yourself for the time being. Yeah, go fuck yourself. All right, let's get into some real news. The Orioles called up Jackson Holliday, and in his first game, he turned a double play and got his first RBI, but then also later in the week, he got his first hit. So, oh my God, what a great story for the Orioles. He's 20 years old, just turned 20 years old, and he's already making his major league debut and has the chance to win a Rookie of the Year, which Gunnar Henderson won last year for the Orioles, and now the Orioles have another first-round pick tagged on right at the end. So if Jackson Holliday wins it again, it's just going to be the same thing. They get an additional first-round pick right at the end of the round. That's awesome, and it's what the Pirates should have done with Skeens. We'll get into Skeens, though. It was quite the week for the Pirates. Not going to lie. But we got our first poop game of the season. Let's go. Everything is right in the world. But in that first poop game, Jerry Jones still going strong. But this was definitely a game where you could see his approach of pounding the zone can backfire on him pretty quick. First pitch fastballs down the middle are going to get clobbered if you do it too much. And he was doing it way too much. Henry Davis was calling for it right down the middle. You could see him setting up for it. He adjusted and started throwing more sliders on the first pitch of the at-bat, but he was still getting knocked around a little too much. It's not like it wasn't promising. I think he did very well. And actually, he just had another start against the Mets last night, where he got pulled after 5 innings. He had 59 pitches, which is totally fine. He had another 7 strikeout game. That was awesome for 5 innings. But that was definitely the plan going into the game, that they need to regulate his workload a little bit. We want to talk about Skeen's workload. Try Jared Jones' workload. I think the most he's ever pitched is just over 100 innings. I don't know if he even got to 100 innings last year. It might be like 120. But if he's going at the rate he is going, if he gets to 200, that will be a lot for him. A lot for him. But he was looking sharp. Oh, there was a fastball that he had at 100 mile an hour right down the middle, the bottom of the zone, that looked like it was going to be a slider for the longest time, and then it just darted right in there. Oh, I love watching him pitch so much. It's great. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch that game, but I at least got to watch all these Phillies games, so let's go through the rest of the ones first. They did end up losing that game against the Phillies at Jared Jones' start. They lost 5-1, so not Jones' fault, even though he let up 3 earned runs. That was not on him. The bats just weren't going on Friday or Thursday night. Friday was a little bit of a different story. Bailey Falter, man, I don't know what the hell's going on, but he's working. I'm loving it. The Phillies wore their City Connect jerseys on Friday for the first time, which turned it into a Pooh Bell game. They made Christopher Sanchez work, and there were also some fielding miscues that the Pirates took advantage of, mainly Christopher Sanchez's and Trey Turner's, where he slipped trying to get the ball. That was pretty funny. I was glad he wasn't hurt on that, so that it was just funny. Henry Davis finally had a decent game, going 2 for 3 with a walk that drove in a run because it was bases loaded, and then a double that played a Triolo in the 8th to make it a 4-1 ball game. Better came in and looked like himself after Chapman shut down the Phillies in the 8th inning. Reynolds' diving catch in the 8th made Bryce Harper mad.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Bryce. I'd be upset too. That ball was hit right on the screws. Yeah.
And he was so mad that in the next game on Saturday, he wore his pre-2024 jersey in the 4-3 walk-off win for Philly, so I guess it worked. At this point, I would totally take especially for Bryce Harper, I would totally take the $5,000 fine to wear the wrong jersey if it's more comfortable and if you're, comfortable wearing it. He makes like $160,000 per game, so $5,000 is a drop in the bucket. I mean, the difference between $155,000 a game and $160,000 a game for your own comfort, why not? Fuck it. But yeah, they ended up exchanging games here. Phillies won on Thursday, Pirates won on Friday, Phillies won again on Saturday, and then finally on Sunday, oh my God, McCutchen hit his 300th home run. Congrats to McCutchen. That was great. And a Pirates fan actually ended up catching it, so that was even better. Fan gave the ball back to him, but he got a signed bat in return and got to meet Kutch. So that was pretty cool of him. And they destroyed them on Sunday, 9-2. It came in a blowout, which made it kind of even sweeter. They split the series. And you know what? Keller seems to have shaken off the rust after he turned in his second quality start in a row. He went 7 innings. He was sitting like 97, so that was nice to see. Very nice to see. I was really happy that they split the series with the Phillies. That was a great way for them to come back and fight from that. But you know what? The happiness couldn't last forever, apparently. After scraping back to tie the series with the Phillies 2-2, the Pirates lost 2 in a row to the Mets for their first series loss of the season. Well, this will guarantee the series loss. They still have a third game against them today, Wednesday. But a lot of people are freaking out right now. But this is baseball. This is just a normal 2-game losing streak. They're still 11-7, but we're 2-4 this past week. So starting pitching isn't the problem. Marco Gonzalez going on the IL kind of sucks, and people were like, "Oh, Skeens," but no. Ortiz was the one that took his place. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. he did perfectly fine. I think he went, 7, 8 innings on Sunday? Whatever he did, Marco Gonzalez was looking good. So hopefully this is just a very minor injury. And Brian Hayes, too, he got scratched from the game yesterday with lower back tightness earlier in the day. So hopefully everything's good there. I know he's been injury prone and hasn't been able to make it a full season without going on the IL. So hopefully that's just, they said it was precautionary. I hope everything's going well with that. But who do they have next? After the Mets, they have a homestand against Boston and then Milwaukee. So 3-game series against Boston, 4-game series against Milwaukee. Man, they have to start beating the Brewers, and this is their first test against them this year. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, we're on Skeens watch. This is our weekly Skeens update. He pitched again last Friday night, racking up 8 strikeouts over 3.1 innings pitched with 3 hits and a walk to go along with it. Just call him up already. Just let him open the game, even if it's only 3 or 4 innings. I mean, come on. You're wasting away. He was sitting, again, 100 to 101, hitting 102. I think he had a high 102, maybe low 103 pitch in that game on Friday. Oh, man. The only thing that really keeps annoying me is that, yes, he got to pitch into the 4th inning on Friday, but let him finish out that inning. Dollander is already going 5 innings. Chase Dollander, drafted by the Rockies. And I know that he's not as hard of a thrower as Skeens is, but he also had a very high workload at Tennessee in 22 and 23. So, I mean, if Dollander is already going 5 innings, he also had 7 strikeouts to go along with that. I think Skeens should be up there with him. And fuck it, use a 6-man rotation in this case. And when someone falters, surprisingly, it has not been falter. That would be the ideal scenario, 100%. Another thing that happened in that game, man, well, this didn't happen in that game, obviously. Aniel Hernandez has seemingly been popping up more and more as the season goes on. And what the fuck was this in the Astros-Rangers game? Well, that's not going to happen in the future because in this Indianapolis game, Skeens challenged 2 called balls and got them both overturned. One was for a strikeout. I absolutely love this system. And the batters can challenge too. The batter argued that or challenged that it was a ball when it was a called strike, and the batter got it right. It's super fast, and it's just like the tennis out of bounds technology, and it is so clean. It creates tension when it's brought up, and it's done like that. It's just like the tennis stuff. And I know RJ has mentioned doing something like this before, and it worked out so well. Bring it to the MLB already. I think they had it last year, so this is year 2, I think, of the testing. So I know they like to have it in the minor leagues for at least like 3 to 5 years. So it should be coming soon. We need to absolutely halt Aniel Hernandez in his tracks. I don't know how he still has a job. That was egregious. Another thing that the league is going to have to change is this windup from Nestor Cortez.
A little hesitation from Nestor.
I have never in my life seen a pump fake on a pitch, and it technically isn't a balk. That's crazy. The rule is, it's if your front foot is moving towards home plate and bringing it back towards the mound, that's a balk. The rule says nothing about your arm, I don't think. So that was hilarious to see it. I really hope that we get to see it one more time before it's banned. And you know it's going to be banned 100%. There's no chance that they're going to let him keep doing that. All right, last thing for baseball here that will lead us into the bigger picture. Ohtani has been cleared 100% of any wrongdoing, and his claims of theft are legitimate. Ippei stole over $16 million. Not the $4.5 million that was reported initially. $16 million damn dollars. That's insane. How do you lose track of that? First off, I know it's crazy to say, but 4.5, okay. $16 million What? And, dude, the court reports are hilarious. Ippei lied to the bank about being Ohtani. They don't look alike other than the fact that they're Asian. I guess he just went in and went, I'm Ohtani? And then, I mean, pretend like you can't understand or speak English that well and he'll get away with it 95% of the time. But good on them for sorting this out faster, really fast, to clear Ohtani's name. This is what the court report said. Let's see here. And this was damning. I'm pretty sure that, there's no extra story to this. There's really nothing to look into further. These are all from Basan. On or about March 20th, 2024, Mizuhara Ippei messaged Bookmaker 1, that's what it says in the court report, stating, "Have you seen the reports?" Bookmaker 1 responded, "Yes, but that's all bullshit. Obviously you didn't steal from him. I understand it's a cover job. I totally get it." Which, that's a little fishy, but then Mizuhara said, "Technically I did steal from him. It's all over for me." That was the text that did him in 100%. And then this next one, absolutely insane. The 35,966 records reflect approximately 19,000 wagers between December 2021 and January 2024, and nearly 25 bets per day on average. What? The wagers reflected in the 35,966 records of like texts and exchanges, I guess, ranged in value from roughly $10 to $160,000 per bet, with an average bet amount of roughly $12,800. Wow. During this period, the 35,966 records reflect total winning bets of $142,256,769.74 and total losing bets of $182,935,206.68, leaving a total net balance of negative $40,678,436.94. None of the records reflect any bets on baseball games. How? That's... I think that's really funny how he thought that was going to keep him from getting caught if he didn't bet on baseball. He lost over $40 million betting with this stolen $16.5 million. Crazy. That is an insane amount. Maybe Ohtani lent his money to him. I don't know. How do you not notice $16 million going? There's still a little bit of fishiness going on there, but they looked into it apparently. I guess he's all cleared. So another betting scandal. This time in the NBA, Jonte Porter was betting on his unders. And from Adam Silver, it's a cardinal sin what he's accused of in the NBA, and the ultimate extreme option I have is to ban him from the game. He is facing banishment from the NBA. Listen, it's one thing to bet on yourself and your team to do well and win, but he was faking injuries to hit those unders. And that's crazy. And someone on Twitter made a good point that the first tip-off was probably $1 million in prop bets placed on a bench player that no one has heard of on a consistent basis was probably the first tip-off. I know it's been made fun of recently, like how can the whole Ohtani or the Ridley or the Porter thing happen when there are odds on what the next commercial will be and how long it will run. But like, seriously, when will there be regulations on betting commercials or laws like banning the advertisement of live odds on screen at the very least? The two things that the U.S. pushes best, prescription drugs and betting. I mean, like, what if the drug crisis were the betting crisis instead? This just in. The U.S. declares war on gambling. It is now illegal to use any and all sports books. They will be taken off the App Store and their servers shut down. Gambling now available for medicinal use. All sports books have been legalized in Portland. This just in. DraftKings is being combined with FanDuel on the streets. As a result, copium is now available over the counter for 10-plus leg parlay losses. Experts are projecting that over half of the population will be a member of one or more sports books by 2024. 2030. We are now taking odds on whether you'll become addicted by then or not at 11. It's really insane. I mean, are we the only country that has betting ads? Us with prescription drugs and all these ads for betting are insane. I mean, it was already touched on Shane Gillis's SNL. That was a great skit. So yeah, I really think there should be regulations put in place, and I don't think that the live odds on screen are going to last long at all. There's no way they can. I mean, if it keeps becoming a problem with the athletes themselves, they don't give a shit about the regular person. No, not at all. But if all of these athletes, especially the bigger name athletes, are starting to get into it, say goodbye to all this advertisement of betting and stuff like that, which they really shouldn't have it in the first place. It's all over the place, and it's bad. Even if you're good, even if you know what you're talking about, and I know, more than the average person, I would say, I lose all the time. It's not good that I bet. I do it to add unnecessary tension. All right, and this was probably the most boring bet of all time, though. Caitlin Clark went number 1 overall to the Indiana Fever. That was pretty easy to guess. And then also, now, who is it? Chicago. Chicago has Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. And this is kind of insane. Now, I know that they had picks 3 and 7, so this was probably likely to happen anyway. Chicago has Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese. Good luck under any of the baskets. Good luck getting any rebounds at all. They're both insane. I want to claw on camera, brink like a tree. People have been asking me, I think I said this last week, if I talk about any UFC on here. And I usually don't, but this was disgusting. This was dirty. It's been a long time, probably since the last time that RJ was on, that I've talked about anime, specifically One Piece. But Max Holloway wore a One Piece shirt with Gear 5 Luffy on the front, entering the building. And with 10 seconds left in round 5, he pointed at the middle of the octagon and basically said to Gaethje, "Let's fucking go." And then proceeded to channel his inner Luffy and unleashed a real-life Gum Gum Gatling on him and knocked Gaethje out with 1 second left. It was gross. It was probably one of the coldest knockouts that I've ever seen in UFC history. Maybe not the best one, but it was like, he was like, "Let's go right here, right now, last 10 seconds. Let's just start swinging." Oh my God. Oh, that got me hyped. I don't watch a lot, and that made me get up out of my chair and start going, "Oh, holy shit. No way. No way." Oh, that was disgusting. Every time I watch Gaethje, I feel like he's getting knocked out. It was kind of funny. He got both of his eyes poked in the second round by him. Now that is really channeling your inner Luffy. That is definitely something that Luffy would do in Gear 5, just poke someone's eyes. But yeah, okay, so since we're nearing the draft, there's still no college football news. We are getting closer to the release of the new trailer for College Football 25, so I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. And if people are trying to trick other people online, they've been putting mods on Madden and saying, "This is the new NCAA." Like, no, it's not. It's just Madden with a mod on it. They're pretty tight-lipped over there at EA about this, so not much news is being leaked out, which is good. On to the NFL here. On the broadcasting side, ESPN and Omaha Productions have reached a deal, and the Manning brothers will be doing Monday Night Football on ESPN too, until at least 2034 now. Oh, man. And I guess they'll have more expanded content online. That would be really cool, because they were talking about, I was talking about this a couple of months ago, and I was wondering if they were still doing the Manning cast, and this confirms that they were talking about having Bill on, actually, when he wasn't hired as a head coach by anyone. And everyone's defending Belichick now. Like, Gilmore came out and was like, "Belichick's the best coach I've ever had." Like, this is some bullshit that they had on The Dynasty, which I still haven't watched. I do need to watch it, because I do need to see if they really are trashing Bill, and if that was just like a hit piece on him or something. That'll be cool. Maybe I will watch some more of those games on Monday night. I tend not to, usually, unless there's like a comedian on there that I like to watch. But even then, I don't know. I would rather the comedian actually talk about the game than talk about a project that they have going on or something like that. Just like, I don't want to hear plugs while I'm watching Monday Night Football. Last Thursday, the Dallas Police Department issued a warrant for Rashee Rice's arrest after he admitted to being the driver of the Lamborghini in the chain reaction accident. He's facing 8 charges. It's a whole list. I'm not even going to go over all of them. But he did surrender to police last Thursday night, and he was released on a $25,000 bond. So, man, the Chiefs cannot catch a break with a wide receiver being good for them at all. Andy Reid said that, they're going to let the police deal with it. I think that's just the way. That's the way it should be. I don't think he should be facing any extra discipline from the league. The law will take care of it. All right. Okay. Official draft speculation has come out from a very reliable source in Adam Schefter. Yep. Who said on his podcast that it is looking increasingly likely that the Commanders will go with Jaden Daniels number 2. In fact, he has since doubled down on that and told Commanders fans to buy their Daniels jerseys. Ooh, buddy, I'm so excited for the draft. It is next Thursday. Oh, my God. We still have another episode coming out before then, but next week we're going to do a full mock draft simulation that they have on ESPN where you just draft for your team and the rest of the picks are simulated, which it's really fun. I've done 2 so far, and in the one, I got Jaden Daniels at number 6. So we'll see what happens because it's almost never the same each time you do it. Jaden Daniels at 6 would be a steal. It would definitely be the steal of the draft. And, they're going to have to pick a wide receiver in the second round because, Juju, what are you doing showing your pee-pee on Snapchat? What is this? What are you doing, huh? So, I wouldn't be surprised if they do draft a wide receiver in the second round. I was really hoping for Kingsley Suamataia at tackle there at number 34, but just draft McConkey or Pearsall to get another body in the receiver room. Goddamn. Juju, not like you were of any use anyway, but now you're just showing your dick on Snapchat. That's crazy. What are you doing? All right. Last thing we got to mention. Rip to the Juice. The Juice is loose in hell. Driving his white Ford Bronco right up to those fiery gates. Oh, man. I guess he had his kid sign an NDA before his death or something. I don't know. Maybe they know that he actually did kill them and they can't say anything now unless they get or they get sued. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, what does he have to hide when he's dead? His reputation is already pretty bad. And it was hilarious that Legion to Skanks, the other comedy podcast that I listen to, highly recommend it. Louis J. Gomez, Big J. Okerson, and Dave Smith, which I really want to get to a fucking episode at the Stand one of these Monday nights. They really wanted to get OJ on as a guest, but now I guess they'll have to wait until they're in hell too. So, but yeah, alrighty, everybody. I think that's it. I cannot wait for the draft. And I did get my Gonzalez jersey. I didn't know. I posted it on Instagram, but I was like, I don't want to bring it to the hotel with me. What if I leave it here on accident? I don't even want to take the risk. Fuck it. And I don't want it smelling like my work clothes when I drive it home and when it's sitting in my bag on Friday. Alrighty, everybody. Make sure to leave a like and comment on each video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hoagies and Pierogis is available on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram for clips throughout the week. And that is it. Everyone, have a good week. The draft is next week. We will make it. We'll leave you with this. Much.